This is the Reality Self-Help Podcast. Summer House Recap Edition, because I'm on a mission. I decided to make a brief Bitchfest because of RHOBH this week. What did y'all think when Bose was talking about, with her daughter present at the table and her boyfriend Keely? I saw they're now engaged. When Bose was talking about the fact that their IVF journey has been unsuccessful so far. She's 47. She hasn't been able to get pregnant. So she was asking Keely if he would want to stay with her if she was not able to have his kid. And he said he would, that he would like to be a step parent to Bose's daughter, and he would like to stay with Bose. What did you think when the next thing he said was, and would you still accept me if I lost my job? That's just something I always wonder. That could be a normal question, but for me, seeing that, I actually think he was testing the waters. Even Bose's daughter's face was kind of like, and then he's, well, I'd never just become a complete bum or something along those lines, like a freeloader. But I know that Bose is a very successful woman who works really hard. Do you not want to keep working? Or is this testing the waters to see what would happen if you did somehow quit your job or whatever? I found that very weird. Let me know what you think on that. The other thing is Rachel Zoe, everything is checked out, as in I support everything she said so far this season, as in logical, makes sense, relatable. That's why I love her, and I still love her with all these stories. But the first thing that she said, where I was like, okay, hold up, we need to rewind. And Kyle, I was on Kyle's side for this in terms of this kind of sets a precedent. So it did sound like Rachel was implying that Roger, her soon-to-be ex-husband, who she was married to, I think, for over 25 years, or they were together for an extensive period of time. They have 2 sons together. She basically said a year ago, August 3rd, because that's when the episode was being filmed, that night she was celebrating with Dorit and Kyle out in the Hamptons on a trip the 3 of them went on. And she said it was a year ago today that, there was no turning back, or kind of my life collapsed kind of thing. And she said she saw a text that her ex Roger got, and she said it's just where he kind of, where you're forced to, what is that? Show your hands? I don't know what the thing is. But she knew she could not go back and stay in that relationship. And it sounded like then trust and all these different things came up. So it sounded like he received a text from a woman and that he was not being honest with Rachel about maybe dating somebody else. And then she talked about how for so long, until 6-7 years ago, when she says he started to change, they had ultimate trust in one another, and she was never concerned about him. He was never concerned about her. She worked with all these hot models in New York City, and nothing was ever, again, a temptation. He just knew that was how she was and that she was trustworthy. But then she mentions that she did cheat on him once, and it was when they were already 4 years into the relationship. That is a long time, and I don't know if I could get over this, but there's a bunch of other stuff that I try to accept that I don't know if other people could accept. So it's not in a judging way, but it's in a, I did not expect that. Rachel said that once she was dating Roger for 4 years, she did hook up with this male model one time, told him about it right away, but she said the next day Roger proposed. She was actually saying they don't have anything to do with one another, and it didn't affect his trust in her at all. But to me, I wonder how you think of this. That story indicated that Roger felt that, so threatened by that he felt he then needed to immediately lock you down because you did just cheat on him with someone else. So yes, I think that actually indicates more than I wouldn't have been as like, what the hell?